Good morning to everybody. It's October 19th. It's morning time. I wanted to do a post yesterday. I was in the middle of it. And our power went out just like that. So a lot of you may say, well, the devil and all that. No, it was not the devil. It was a person that just smacked into a pole and put 2,000 plus people out of power for half a day. So due to that, there is no post for yesterday, December the 18th. And I hope I did say at the beginning that this is December 19th, not October. I don't know why I'm stuck in October. I'm constantly wanting to say October. Today I wanted to talk about, actually my main message was to those that God had put them for a period of time, and maybe you are in this season right now, in the season of actually helping the ones that are having a hard time. So I guess I would say the ones that are the support and the encouragement behind the ones that are having a hard time, whether they're having a health issue, whether they're having an emotional hard time they're going through, whether it's just questioning and confusion, whether it's a lot of pain. I'm trying to do it. There's the sun is coming, and so I'm trying not to make it too ghost-like, as my husband puts it. I'll be moving around trying to find the right spotting. So the verse for today is from Galatians 6 with 9, and it says, "So let's not get tired of doing what is good. At just the right time, we will reap a harvest of blessing if we don't give up." So again, let's not get tired of doing what is good. And maybe some of you be saying, what? I'm already tired. I've been tired for a while. I don't want to continue this. I would like a break, that sort of stuff. I know from a point of me not feeling well in my body for a year now. I'm so happy Chet's not saying that, because he is the rock that I stand on. He is my strong foundation right now, since on a physical level I feel like I'm so fragile at the moment. So I'm so happy he does not come home and say, you didn't get well? I have to take care of you again? And me sitting there trying to figure out, okay, should I feel bad about this? Should I feel guilty? So this message is for the ones that have to be the rock on which somebody else has to stand on. And it should be temporary, but temporary is such a big question mark. What is temporary? Is it a day? Is it a week? Is it a month? Is it a year? I don't know. I cannot answer that, because I myself didn't think I was gonna be sick this long. And I still think very much so that this is temporary, even though it's been a year. But what's 1 year in comparison to the rest of my life? So for me, that I look at that way, and that to me is temporary. Now, we'll see how temporary, so what I'm saying is the length of temporary, it can be different than what we have in mind. Just as God coming and healing us in His due time, it's also a length of time that we ourselves are not familiar with. And even though we try and search and we want answers, and God, when? Can you please tell me the day and the hour and the second? How much longer do I have to go through? He does not, for whatever reason. But so going back to the message, I remember one day, this is probably about 7 years ago, 6 years, something like that. At the moment, God put a particular a person in my life, and we met, I think, at the mall or something. And she was going through a hard time. Her husband left her, I think, for somebody else, or it doesn't really matter the reason, really. The feeling that he left behind of abandonment and rejection is the same. It doesn't matter that necessarily the reason of the person that's leaving, it's the person that's left behind. The feelings of pain and rejection and abandonment and fear and all those things are still the same. So I remember going to work. I was working at that particular time, and going to work and praying for the person and say, God, please put somebody into this person's life to encourage her and strengthen her. And sure enough, I got the answer right away, and God said, I already did, and it's you. And I was like, what? Because at the same time I felt the responsibility of the answer, it is you. So I started to really pray for her and meet with her and talk to her and encourage her to fight for her marriage. And even though in my mind I just wanted to slap the man silly, but I was going more on what God was telling us in the Bible, not what I really felt at the moment, and just continuing to encourage her. And then a few months later, she was telling me she only had 2 people in her life that were really close at that particular time, and one was me, who was rooting for her marriage, and the other one was another friend who was doing everything in her power, advice-wise, to tell her to walk away from her husband, and all the reasons why. And she had reasons to walk away, but I could tell that she did not want to. She wanted to fight for her marriage. She had 2 children, and she wanted to fight for her marriage. So eventually I think he did come back, and they were trying to work it out, and we lost touch. So I'm hoping that she's doing well, and I'm praying for her. However, what the story is, at that time for her, God put me in her life, and I had no idea until I prayed, and he told me, no, I put you. And I felt the responsibility. It was very serious. I took it very seriously, of wanting to help her out to fight for her marriage, only to find out, months later, that I was the only support in her life that was encouraging her to fight for her marriage. So literally she had 2 people, and I kind of imagine we always have like that picture with the good person, like the heavenly little voice on one shoulder, and then the devilish kind of voice on the other shoulder. And she told me that it was exactly like that in her life, except she actually had individuals, which one was rooting for her marriage and the other one was rooting against that, and for the desolation and for the breakdown of the marriage. And literally that's all. She had these 2 people, and one, it just so happened to be to be me encouraging into the marriage. And I realized then just how important it was to just listen to and obey God's word, in him telling me, I already put somebody in her life, and it's you. So that being said, maybe you are the person in somebody's life that has to be for a period of time, and that period of time, I cannot tell you how long it's going to be. It's only between you and God, and that you may have to be the strong one for a loved one. Just keep going, and do remember that God has put you in that role. He also has equipped you with the right equipment and the right things and strength and wisdom and everything else to do the job. You just need to go back and communicate with God often, so you get that new insight, power, strength, and so on and so forth from him. Because let's be honest, we cannot get that from us. We only get a little bit, and then the rest is not so good. So anyway, be encouraged and have a good rest of the day. Bye bye.